Hey everybody, it's Boo Ray Perry from Tampa, Florida, and today we're going to talk about the Viltrox Spark Z3. This is a $55 flash with built-in TTL that looks great on any Fuji X100 series camera. All right, let's get into it. The flash has a flash output of 26 watt seconds, which is about 2 stops more than the built-in flash that you get on a Fuji X100 so it's 4 times as bright as the flash that comes with the camera. You should get about 650 full-power flashes from this flash. It weighs 5.1 ounces or 144 grams. The recycle time is 1 second at full power. It has TTL and manual, and then right here on the back you can see this. Flip that to there and you're in auto mode, that's TTL. Flip that to there and you are in manual mode. Manual mode is adjusted here by this big, wonderful, so much fun to touch, so tactile in the hand knob. And it will change to 7 different stops. No quarter stops, no half stops. It's a full stop every time. 1/2, 1/4, 1/8, 1/16, and so on. It has an 1800 rechargeable lithium-ion battery. It has a USB port C for charging, and it also has an optical built into it. And we're not going to say the S word because we're trying to get away from using that word, so we will call it an optical trigger. And it's S1 and S2 are 2 different modes. So if you're in S1, this will fire when it sees another flash. And if you're in S2, it will ignore the first flash, the pre-flash, and fire when it sees a second. Now, if you don't know what that's about, if you're using a TTL flash to trigger this flash, this one's off camera and you've got a TTL on your camera and you're trying to trigger this, a TTL flash will emit a pre-flash so that it can measure the light. And so you don't want this to go off when it sees the pre-flash. You want it to go off when it sees the main flash. So you would flip it to S2, it ignores the first pre-flash and fires when the big flash fires. Now, when you power this up, it doesn't have a screen. It does have, by the way, this beautiful see-through top. I've never seen this on a flash, and I just love the whole idea of it. When you power this up, it has little flashes that happen right here next to the charging port. If it flashes 4 times, you're at 75 to 100% power. 3 times, you're at 50 to 75. 2 times, you're at 25 to 50. And if it's 1 flash, it is dead. Now, this, your recycle indicator, it goes solid red while the flash is recycling. If it's blinking red, it means that you have a low battery and you need to charge. Also, if this is blinking every 5 seconds, then the battery is completely empty. Here's what it looks like, and here's what it looks like on the camera. Really wide compared to some of the other flashes that you'll buy that go on these cameras. And really steampunk retro, modern tech retro, I don't know how you, cybermech, they call it cybermech style. It really does look cool on the camera. Now, this flash retails for $55, and this flash retails for about $75. And this is the Godox IT30 Pro, and I did a video about this and talked about this flash earlier. And this flash has a lot of features that this flash does not have. It's got radio triggers. For starters, it's got a built-in diffuser that comes down on the front. You can actually, this actually comes with a diffusing cap if you want it. This one comes with a diffusing cap too, but it's also got a wide angle and telephoto diffuser that comes down on the front. It has a lot of features that I'm not going to go into now because I have a whole video. This is about $75. This is about $55. Let's take a look at some pictures. So the first shot that I took, test shot, was inside the house of my daughter Mackenzie. Now for these shots, I have the camera set on mostly in auto mode. I'm in aperture priority, so I'm setting the aperture, but I'm let the camera set the shutter speed and the ISO. So this is my TTL with the Spark inside, and as you can see, it's trying to get an exposure on her. The ISO is at 12,800. It's trying to get an exposure on her without even needing the flash, and then it pops the flash. So it is a little bright, and you're going to see this through a lot of these pictures. We'll talk about it as we do it. So it is a little bright. So what I did then was I took down the flash power by 1/3. And then we start to get a light that's a little bit more about what we would want from this flash when we're using it for portrait work. So let's go outside. So this is outside, and this is no flash at all, which is just fine because I've got her in complete shade, and this is a nice natural look. Then the built-in flash on the camera fires here, and this is a wonderful example of just a touch of fill light to bring up the face and so forth. Really like this example with the built-in flash. And then I turned on the Viltrox. Hello, hello, hello. Now here's the thing. The Fuji X106 does not do that thing where it automatically underexposes any time that it's using a flash. It doesn't do that. It tries to give you the correct exposure, and then it adds the flash right on top of that. So you're going to end up with overexposed images a lot, especially when you're using a third market flash on top of the camera. So a lot of times you have to bring it down, and if you bring it down, then you start to get you can get whatever you want in terms of light on her face. You can make it look however you want it to look. So then I took it down a stop. So this is the same one. Let me take this back to its normal one. So I took the flash down a stop, and we get to here. And this is a better light. So if you're going to use this and you're going to use auto modes outside, you're going to need to be sure and take the flash power down about a half a stop. And you can't do that, a half a stop or a full stop. You can't do that on the actual flash. It's not built onto the top of the flash. You have to do that in the camera. Just go to your flash settings and take it down by a stop. So then went a little lower to get more sky behind her. Again, this is taking the flash down one stop. And then I underexposed the camera on purpose and did it. And the flash is still being taken down one stop. So this is a mistake on my part. I should have brought the flash back up to full power before I did it, and then I would have gotten a better exposure on her face. But still, I'm seeing that the flash is adjusting and working, when I work with the camera, which is really the main thing that I was looking for. So we moved to a different location, and this is natural light, and this is not good natural light here. So let's turn on the stop. This is the flash taken down one stop. And this is just fine as well. You might want to tweak it a little bit in post, but I think it works just fine. Be sure and click the link in the description to go to my website, where you will find 2 completely free ebooks that you can download, as well as my ebook on natural light photography and my video on how to shoot portraits on location with off-camera light. And don't forget to check out all my gear, which is on Amazon.com, and if you click a link and you buy something, I get a small commission, and it's a great way to support the channel. So here's what we know. We know that the flash works. We know that the TTL works. We know that it looks pretty cool, right? And it's got big buttons on it. But we also know that for about $25 more, you can get a flash that's the same power and has a whole lot more features in it. So that being said, who is this flash for when this flash is available for not a whole lot more money? Well, first, let me just say this. I say not a whole lot more money. No, it's not. It's $25. But it's 50% more than this flash. That's the thing about numbers, right? Is it $25 or is it 50% more? Well, this is a $55 flash, so it's almost 50% more to get this flash. So when you look at it that way, this is quite a bit more expensive than this flash is. Also, there's stuff about a flash like this that, quite frankly, is not as fun to use as a flash like this. If you want to use a flash like this, you got to turn it on by holding the button, and then you got to swipe the thing. Swipe it. There it goes. You got to swipe the thing, and then you've got this great touch screen on the back of the flash, and you can dial it up and down, and you can move it this way, and there you go. You can move it this way, and if you touch it by mistake, you move it by mistake, right? So it's got all that going on. And then there's this flash. You want to use this flash? Go. Turn it off. Go. Big switch. Turn it on. Turn it off. And that's very appealing to a lot of people. There is a danger that you get into when you put too much tech, too much touchscreen, too much fancy smancy, quote me on that, into a device that you use like a flash. We've already got so much of that in our cameras, right, and in our phones. And one of the reasons that people love the Fuji X106 series and all Fuji cameras really is that they have these big tactile knobs on them. Well, here's your flash. If you love big switches, big knobs. So yeah, it doesn't have as much stuff as a flash. It's a little bit more money. But is it easier to use? I would argue, yeah. Is it more fun to use? Yeah. That's going to be up to you. But I can tell you that in the last week, whenever I reached for my camera and I've wanted to mount a flash, I've grabbed this one first. Because if I just need a picture real quick, I need a flash, I can just grab this, slap it on, turn it on, and go. Right? Take some of the steps away from me and just make it easy and fast. And that's what this is. This is the convenient, fast flash. That's who this is for. And at that price point, $55, it's almost like, why not have it? Why not throw it in your bag? It's, you know, what are you losing if you lose it that much? I spend more than that when I go up to the pub to get, you know, a cheeseburger. So it's really not, it's so inexpensive that why not try it out, right? So here's another thing. This is the Godox TR. Now, what the Godox TR does is it mounts on your camera, and it's a pass-through. And then, if you put a flash like the Godox flash on here, it gives you the ability to tilt it. So you can put a bounce card here if you want to, or bounce straight up. And this is very versatile and great, right? But here's the thing. This is a Fuji hot shoe pass-through. So any flash that is built for a Fuji will work on this. So now you can also do this. Put a big bounce card right here. So I'll put a link down in the description for this, and I'll put a link down in the description for everything. And don't forget, if you click one of those links, I get a couple extra bucks from Amazon, which helps me with the channel. So if you can get the AF, I would recommend that you get the AF. It's like $15. And it's hard to get because everybody's buying it right now because it's such a great little attachment to have on your camera, because then you can mount all of these unique, special, cool looking little flashes to your Fuji series, or any camera really that's a Fuji camera, and now you've suddenly got a tilt feature that you didn't have before. So there you go. Yeah, I like the flash. I know that it doesn't have all the features and it doesn't do all the stuff, but if you just want to go take some pictures, if you just want to run and gun and make it easy, you can't. I mean, you want to go to manual mode? Great. Click at the manual, turn the dial. You know? All right. It's the Viltrox Spark. Check it out. And be sure and give me a like and give me a subscribe and click the notification button. And also follow me on Threads, on Instagram, and join my group on Facebook, which is called Pro Photo Talk with Blu-ray Perry. Thanks for watching. I'll be back soon.